handmade air suspension.
You know, laying it out's a big job.
Can't wait to see this thing on the ground.
I think it's bad. 2016 Lamborghini Aventador.
0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. Damn, we need to get this thing a little bit lower to the ground.
The Lambo? Ain't gonna work.
It ain't, man. Y'all ready to check it out? I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal.
Man, it looks like it's on fire over here. Dorian, what's happening?
What's up, man? Spot?
Isabella and Dorian are a great couple. I'm in Houston. They've done work for me in the past, so it's only natural for them to come to me when they want a truck built.
What is this?
A Grumman. It's an old bread truck.
You didn't pay anything for this, did you?
Nobody liked it, but I do. I see a lot of
Potential
in it.
as character.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool. Grumman made the first all-aluminum body delivery trucks back in the 1950s. This one from 1963 is a classic.
We want to make it our vendor truck for our apparel company.
Dorian and Isabel just started Sunday Fun Day brand, which is them selling t-shirts at car shows. They want to make this bread truck into a mobile t-shirt company.
It does run, right?
I think it does run.
Man, I hope it runs. What are we doing?
Well, for sure, I want to slam the thing. As low as it can go.
Flat.
Flat on the ground.
Yep.
You know, laying it out's a big job.
And we have to convert it from, straight axle to independent. Probably have to change the different spindles, different rear end. I mean, it's quite a big job.
It's extremely tough to build this suspension, something that Extensive hasn't done before.
Whatever it is, we're up for it.
I like to have a vendor door.
Hinge it from the top so you have a little shade and, quite a big opening.
Inside, I want to keep a bar theme. Would like to have some shirts display in the background.
Some cabinets towards the back.
Correct.
Keep
Cabinets for
stock.
storage. Yeah. On the outside,
Nice.
very time.
It sounds like it's going to be a good, nice little project.
Do we get to try out the kegerator?
You definitely do.
Deal. So this is going to be a beer-drinking, t-shirt selling machine.
Party on wheels. Since we do a lot of car shows, I would like something that is custom. Something that nobody else has.
So as far as colors,
Colors, I think we're going to do like a brush finish and a couple red accents here and there.
so wrap the outside.
Yeah, it's going to get wrapped.
It definitely grabs people's attention to sell more product.
For sure. I want every other vendor to look at us and be like, shoot, I should have gone to build too. There used to be some chickens in there. I had to run them all, so
Are there chickens in there now?
maybe.
I know I'm not going to be the one getting rid of the smell.
He's getting rid of the swim.
Not happening.
But we definitely got a good game plan, so let's just load this thing up. We'll get going on it.
Yeah, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Bread truck.
Bread truck. It'll be all right.
Man, you know this thing's gonna be.
Hey, not me.
He already knew.
Man, look at Peaches. It's an unwritten rule at Extensive. The newest guy gets the most disgusting jobs. Good luck, Peaches.
On some projects like this, I like coming in and figuring everything out before everybody gets started. Getting a feel for what needs to be done and just kind of laying out a path for my guys to go down. You want everything you do to fit the vehicle, to add to the appeal. The world of custom is making it cool and people not really knowing why it's so cool. Timmy, the hell's this? It's a 63 Grumman old bread truck.
Grumman because it's grungy and ugly?
Well, a lot of bread loaves been delivered in this sucker.
They're about to fall apart. What's the plan?
You know, it doesn't matter what Dorian paid for this old truck. Whatever we build at Extensive gets our full attention. I want to make it super custom so it can slam on the ground with in-shop, handmade air suspension. Then to hold up these 3 tons of metal year after year. We'll add a vendor door to sell.
This front end's ugly. I mean,
it is ugly. They weren't worried about any kind of style delivering bread back in 1963. We'll torch the old bumper and grill off, and we'll add something with a little more style.
Make it lower, cooler, paint.
I think the best solution for a vehicle like this is just going ahead and wrapping it. I prefer paint, but that gets expensive on these corporate builds where they want to change up every 6 months. Inside is a bar theme with dark wood and displays for their t-shirts. I'll add a jump seat so husband and wife can ride together to the car shows, and a kegerator with taps on the outside for the customers.
Making money and drinking beer.
It don't get better than that. Right.
Good deal. Ready to torch this stuff up?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Before we build anything, the guys need to tear out the wheels, the grill, and that rusty old straight axle suspension.
To have all this rust, it'd be a little bit easier to knock these bolts off.
You got your tetanus shot?
Mostly we won't need it. Getting through this rust ain't gonna be easy. Can't even get a wrench on the bolt. I'm gonna go get the torch.
All right.
How much for that rusted old bolt? Shocks out. Got it. We got this leaf spring on this side loose. We're gonna hop onto the other side and get that one freaking loose. And we'll drop the whole front end off.
With most of the front suspension ripped out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and start torching off the rear leaf springs and axle. This new rear end and start mocking up the rear suspension.
The body on this Grumman is aluminum, which makes this body lighter, but the entire frame is steel, so it's still really big and heavy. I want to mount the big bag, back here up underneath the frame and coming down off the axle. To properly support all this weight, we're designing extra strong 4-link mounts for the suspension. As the bag inflates, it'll raise and leads out, man. We'll get it mocked up. Cool.
So I got my template that Bill gave me. We're gonna go back to the drawing board, draw it up on the computer. Let the computer cut it out on the plasma. Clean it up, get it ready for weld. And then put it back up on the truck. We're mocking up the 4-link mounts to measure where the bar needs to go.
We have to bend the bars to swing over this way so the bolts will clear the frame.
How far in do you think we're gonna have to go?
1.5 inches. I got the angle figured out. I guess I can go ahead and start bending them.
Now Rudy's welding in the crossbar, which supports the upper bag mounts.
Rodolfo.
Hey, what's up?
Man. Your well's getting better and better and better every time I see it. You putting the panhard bar on?
Yeah, so I got the crossbar on here. I know we wanted to put it further back.
It's ain't gonna work.
The crossbar is welded in place, but now we don't have room for the panhard bar. We definitely need the panhard bar because that keeps the truck from swaying side to side.
Ain't gonna work.
It ain't. Making everything custom like the air suspension on this Grumman, sometimes you don't see a problem till it's right in front of you, and the solution can actually make a better design.
Tell you what, instead of tying it together like this, why don't you come off of the very bottom, come up to the center and back down, just bend the pipe and we'll cut the top part of the bend off so it'll look cool and be very strong.
and make room for the panhard bar. Well, I'm going to remake the center support bar for the two upper bag mounts so we tie it in to the frame so that all the weight transferred throughout the bag mounts into the frame and just support it even better. Now the pipe's all bent. Take it over to the vertical bandsaw, notch it, cut the end off the pipe. It ought to fit right in place. Perfect. Let's ground that real quick, we'll tack it up.
So we got our new bar in. This bar is going to actually be a little bit better than the one we had in there previous. Now we got plenty of room.
Our motto is bagging the best, fixing the rest. And Extensive has built its reputation on custom air suspension.
Oh, dude!
We can bag pretty much anything on wheels. Big or small, fast or slow, we can raise them up or drop them low.
The Lambo?
It's the Aventador.
That thing is bad.
This 2016 Aventador is one of Lamborghini's fastest on the market, and that really says something. 691 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. This thing is basically a race car. So when I got the call, I jumped on it.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, man.
What's up?
Good morning.
Okay?
You know, Marcos owns one of Houston's largest concrete companies. He works long hours, busts his ass, but he takes his play very seriously, which I can definitely appreciate.
This is what I got, 2016 Aventador. Every single option available from the dealer, but man, I feel like I'm missing something. I want you to, I don't know, make it stand up a little bit more.
Something to set you apart from the other two in Houston?
Basically.
You know, Lamborghini made a couple thousand of these cars, but guys like Marcos, he's got to have one of one.
So what you think?
Well, first thing, we need to get this thing a little... Some people say you can't drop a Lamborghini any lower because they're built with such precision, but we can do it. Definitely change the wheels out. Just something that really just sets a statement when you're going down there.
I like that, dude.
Yeah.
I like that. Want to look at the inside on this thing?
Man, this thing is nice, Marcos. I don't know if I'd get too deep in it because you always constantly trading these things. Man, we don't want to devalue it at all.
For sure.
The key to customizing a Lambo is to make it stand out while retaining its value and performance. Because, come on, everybody had a Lamborghini poster in their room at some point.
Question is, how's it drive?
Yes, you need to find out.
We definitely need to check that out.
You ever seen him drive?
I can't wait to get this thing back to Extensive. This is going to be a fun one.
Man, matches my red hat. Employee Appreciation Day?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's
You
bad.
wish, huh?
Man, what are we even going to do to this car?
And we're going to set him apart. Lamborghinis are known for their top-of-the-line engineering, so I want to compliment its performance fiber front spoiler, side blades, and wing. A set of red anodized wheels, and a new set of springs to drop this thing low as it can go.
Man, what a sharp car.
And we need to get these parts going, man. Let's get it rolling.
Got it? All right.
Speaking of rolling, this guy.
How fast were you driving?
I'm going to have Tim and John start working on the Lambo. And I ain't got to tell you, we got to be super, super careful. No mistakes.
Right.
Literally can't afford any mistakes on this thing.
We're unbolting the old yellow stock springs off these struts, and we're going to be installing some new lowering springs that will allow this Aventador to go even lower. Got you a present, buddy. Not only that, we're going to color match these lowering springs to match the car. While we're waiting on paint, John and I are removing the stock carbon fiber pieces. Before we did anything, it was already scraping the ground. And of course, Bill is already lower than that one. Man, that's gonna be awesome.
John are installing a lower, wider front lip on Marcos's 2016 Lamborghini.
Use my helper, you got it.
I got it. It's designed to decrease air pressure and reduce drag.
Extra careful, Tim.
When you're bolting on the carbon fiber pieces, you need to be really careful. Real lightweight, but the stretch is super easy. If something goes wrong, you just can't really fix it, so that's what sucks. Now we've installed carbon fiber blades, it's time to put on the wheels. The red and the black are going to offset the black windows, red paint.
We gotta mount this face down, so the fun part is lining these jaws up in between these spokes so they don't make contact with them.
Do it.
Tight, tight, tight. Really, really close. Gonna change the whole appearance of it once they're mounted up on there.
It'd be badass.
Lowered.
Yeah, let's check it out.
With the wheels in place, we're going to lower the body to just above the danger zone.
Look a lot better.
Hell yeah.
The shop did a great job knocking out the lowering springs real quick, and the red gives it the extra flair we're looking for. And we get these on, we can adjust the front suspension, and we will drive this thing.
Who's taking it first, you or me?
I'll take it for the weekend. You can have it next week.
That'd be wore out by then.
These new springs have the tension and the length to drop the Lambo to the ground. But I wouldn't recommend it. About 3 inches.
You gonna measure it as I'm dropping it?
And we're about 4 inches right now, John. Okay. See if we can adjust it a little bit more. Get about 1 inch out of it, and that'll be perfect.
All right.
John's adjusting the springs in the front. When we adjusted the rear, we don't want it sitting like this. So we're gonna take the front down to the same amount and just be 1 inch lower all the way around.
A little more. Tighten it right there. All right, let me tighten it up real quick. What are we looking like?
I think we're good all the way around. It measures out. What we'll do is let it drive around a little bit and settle. We'll double check everything. Other than that, I think we're good.
It's been a busy few days at Extensive. We're almost done fabricating the suspension on the Grumman bread truck.
So how was the day last night?
It went good until the transmission went out.
Transmission went out.
Dude, she did help push.
She might be a keeper then, huh?
Yeah.
We did good on the back suspension, Rudy. Let's get this front in and get this thing going down the road.
We're securing the new cross mirror by welding it directly to the frame.
Hold up. That one got in my pants.
This will make it strong enough to support the front suspension.
Just gotta make one more little cap here. That's it.
Now that John and Rudy have locked the cross member in place, we'll mock up the rest of the system with the wheels and tires.
Jeez. I think I'm bloated.
Come on, man, let's get it mocked up. Cross members in. We got the wheel where we need it. The next step is building the lower control arm. So let's just mock it up real quick with some tubing. The control arm connects the wheel to the frame down the road. Rudy, you already know what to do, man. Take it over the table and make 2 lowers.
We're going to use the mock-up here to set up a jig. So the main thing here, I need to replicate the same angle. So whenever the arm travels, it's going to have enough room to go up and down, and the ball joint won't bind up. This is going to be the key part of this control arm here. Once I get this figured out, situated and tacked up, then I just go ahead and start building the actual arms.
Because the Grumman is so heavy, we need to make them extra strong at a 1-inch Schedule 80 tubing. Once the bag is bolted to the control arm, it'll pivot on the cross member, and the truck will lower down once the bag is deflated.
Man, that looks good. Wheels stay straight, camber's staying perfect. I mean, all the way up, all the way down. I can't stand when you let the air out of something and just the crate looks broke. You know, that's the advantage of building the pivot points where you want them in the suspension, because you can just keep the control arms going perfect. Let it down one more time. going to be a badass bread truck.
Because the bumper and grill stick out, the front of this bread truck never looked right to me.
This old Grumman needs to have a custom grill. The old grill just wasn't cutting it.
When you see a car coming at you, one of the first things you see is the grill, so it kind of sets the tone for the whole vehicle. You want something with a little style to it. I'm gonna start by drawing out a new perimeter for the new grill and have Rudy burn it out. That's the definition of custom, is you want clean, smooth, flowing lines that fits it perfect and not too gaudy or flashy. That's really gonna set this whole front of this whole truck off. It's like a mouth, huh? With some teeth in it. All right, we're ready for Rudy to transfer the dimensions of the grill to the plasma cutter. He'll burn it at a 1/2 inch aluminum. To add a little extra style, you get John to bevel the edges.
When the plasma cut this piece out, it cut it at a beveled angle. So I'm gonna use a flush trim bit to follow the very top edge, and that's gonna cut all this extra slag and stuff off, square this piece up, make it nice and smooth and neat. After I get it smoothed up and flushed, I'll build around the outside of it and actually put a shape to it. All right, one Grumman grill, ready for polish.
With the suspension built, John's installing the air compressors. These compressors will enable this big old truck to raise up or lay all the way on the ground.
All right, we should be good right there. This is a supply line for the rocker switches and this air gauge, which we'll be mounting right here. And the rocker switch is right here, right under the gauge. And this will control your up and down movement. And once this is all done, we'll be able to get all 6,500 pounds lifted up.
Man, I can't wait to see this thing on the ground. This thing was a lot of work.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Will I drop it?
Man, you do the honors here.
Tear it up?
Yeah. You ready to drop it?
Sir.
You got power?
Yep.
The Grumman bread truck needed an extra large, completely custom suspension system. Now to see it flat out for the very first time. John, you ready?
Yes, sir.
We've been waiting a long time for this.
Ready?
Man, let's do it. That looks good. Come check it out. Good work. Man, it looks good. I'd love to say we're almost done, but man, we're not even close. All right. John and Heath have a huge task ahead, making this bare aluminum look like a neighborhood pub. At least it doesn't smell like chickens anymore.
You know what's next? Cut a hole and turn on the air conditioner.
Yeah.
That has to go up there.
I don't know how in the hell we're gonna get that up there. All right, the awkward elephant walk.
I don't know about this, man. Look at that roof.
I know.
It's already sagging.
That's why you're gonna crawl on there, not me.
This will be fun.
All right, I'm gonna get underneath, see if we can line this sucker up.
It's like urban surfing up here.
All right, right there, we're good.
I bet it looks terrible on the roof under there.
John, you gotta come check this out, brother. We gotta figure out something.
Oh man, that's terrible. Thing's sagging bad. That's gonna leak like a sieve.
I think we can go in here and make some braces, man, that come from this beam to this beam. Straight across, pop that sucker up. That way it'll strengthen this roof back up from all the crap we cut out of there. You don't have that issue.
Yeah, and it'll hold the weight of the unit better.
Yeah.
That'll probably work.
Done deal.
Oh yeah. Science. Science.
All right, let's get this wall put up. We'll move on to the roof.
We cut each board separately because we keep the grain going through the whole piece. So we have to cut each full-length piece into separate sections. We're attaching the wood with a combination of glue and nails. It's not our usual interior, but it's going to look pretty kick-ass.
I think that's about as far as we can go.
I'll let you do the honors today, Timmy. Dorian and Isabel want to sell t-shirts and apparel for their company Sunday Fun Day, so we're going to cut a vendor door in the side of the garage. Hell yeah.
I'm ready to see this door fits.
We're securing this pre-made door for easier access, like a glove, and a quick install. Alright?
Yes, sir, I can help you. I'm selling tacos, ice cream, t-shirts, and... Hey, it's talking to you.
Tim and John are bolting a new wing on the Lamborghini. Then it's good to go. You know, I hate seeing this one go, but Marcos wants it back. To deliver this 2016 Lamborghini back to Marcos, I asked him to meet me at the local airport.
Come on, Bill.
What's up, man?
You know, the reason I picked this spot, there's a lot of open runways, and Marcos can get down on it.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready.
I think you're really going to be impressed with this.
Oh, man. Look at that thing, dude. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Look at that front, bro. Man. Oh, dude. You gotta be kidding me, dude. That thing even go lower, dude. Man, Bill, you went above and beyond, brother. Oh, dude. Tim. What the hell, dude?
Look a little different.
Man, you guys did it awesome. Man, dude.
Low enough for you?
I was not expecting that low, but that was cool, man. Look at those wheels. You went above and beyond on those wheels, dude.
You see the stance, man. We had to make that thing a little lower, man. You
For
just
sure.
had too much fender well gap.
All I can tell you, go through extensive, and it goes down.
Man, the other thing, remember in the back when you look through the wing right here?
Right.
Man, we got you some different ones, and then Bill couldn't let them go black, so he
No,
painted
we
them to
had to
match
color
the
match.
car to give a little bit different touch,
That was cool as hell, dude.
just to stand you apart from everybody else.
Definitely.
That's exactly what I was looking for. Bill just did the right thing for me. I mean, it was just perfect. Looks really cool on the outside, dude. But how this thing drives now?
Let's go see.
Was it worth the wait? Oh, yeah, man. I mean, suspension, it feels great, dude. It feels like better than what they used to be.
Hell yeah.
I was kind of worried a little bit. I mean, every time that anybody tell you, I'm going to mess with the suspension on you Lamborghini, you know, it's like, what?
There's a huge belief out there lowering a car, especially a sports car, hurts the performance. Man, I love proving naysayers wrong. So what you think, man? Is this what you wanted?
This is awesome, dude.
Ready to do this, Timmy? The front end design hasn't changed since delivering bread in 1963. New grill and bumper. Let's take this off. We'll cut the little lip off. Roll this in the roller, the same as this. Then we can roll the grill. Let's do it. I'm gonna roll this lower panel to fit the curve on the front of the bread truck. My dad's old 1920s roller is still coming in handy. It looked just like this in exactly this condition as long as I can remember. Now that it's curved to the front of the truck, that'll work. We'll secure it with a few rivets and get going on the bumper. The 63 Grumman now has a completely handmade custom suspension. To make a stronger first impression, we grabbed an old Chevy bumper that I think will work. Now we just need to make it fit.
The body will be pretty much like this when we're done. But right now, as you can see, we're hitting here. So we need to remove this excess frame rail. Now this looks more like a modern bumper.
Okay, turn it. All right, hold it there real quick. Yeah, I think we got it, Timmy. We got the bumper where it needs to be, right width. Got it split down the middle. Now we just need to come in, fill this 5-inch little gap that'll bring everything together. When we're done, this new bumper is going to look like it should have been designed this way. I like it, man. It's way, way nicer, all sucked in, pushed back. And it fits really, really good to the truck. Looks like it came that way from the factory. The only seat in the delivery truck was the driver's seat. Because this is for a husband and wife team, we're going to add another. So we're making support beams to tie a jump seat into. Dip in the toilet, cool it off. We're using square tubing and plates so we can bolt it in the truck.
What you got, Timmy? The welder. This will go right there. I'll cut 2 pieces from the center.
Let's do it.
Got me a job now. Very important part of the build.
Tim is building the center to bolt this seat in place. Come on, man, just look this sucker in.
Up a little bit, right there.
A few welds here and there, and it's good to go. Now you can sit on it.
This is good, man. So I think it'll hold the weight of a grown-ass man?
I guess we got the one to try it out. What do you think, Tim? Come on, man, let's get on there.
See what she does. Good luck. Ain't going nowhere. It'll hold my head.
It was only rated for 180 pounds.
Well, you made it better because it held 300.
Because this is a corporate build, we really want the customers to see this thing from a mile away. We've created a great design, and it's a huge challenge wrapping this entire bread truck, but John and Jose are definitely up for it.
With these old builds, there's a lot of issues that come up. This one, it's not completely flat. There's a lot of different curves, different shapes, small body work here and there, some hinges and bolts that we have to work around. There's nothing that we can't handle. Once the vinyl's all installed and it's all matched up, we use a little heat and our squeegees and work down every seams and body panels and QC it, and then we're done. Yeah, this is gonna look sick.
Dory and Isabel want to serve beer out of this truck, so I asked Heath and John to install taps for the kegerator.
Just cut a hole, put an extra tap out here. That way we can party on the outside while they party on the inside. Yeah, that'll work. Let's get the keg in here and get to drinking some beer. We got these in. Now we'll just get inside. We're gonna plumb up our taps.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Tied into the kegerator so that we get beer all the way to the back. All we got is one vital component left. The keg. To the liquor store. Let's get it.
There's one more part I need fabricated for the Grumman, the grill. Hold up. Man, I need you on this. Like, immediately. Jesse's my man to get it done. It's going to be pretty difficult welding this thing, man, because you got the real thick aluminum to the real thin aluminum. So just concentrating the heat on this without just totally distorting this whole thing is going to be difficult.
This will mess us up till we have another piece.
No, but hurry up.
If I mess this one up, it's gonna set it back about a day or two or more. When I start to TIG, I gotta feed the rod into it at the same time as I'm pushing in with the torch. That way they can fuse together before the mist starts melting and messing up the grill.
One and done. Jesse did a great job as usual. Now to paint this thing black to tie in with the wrap.
Make it look good, man. Okay.
Before painting the grill, Harold's body working out every nick and scratch.
Just got out of the shop, headed to pick up a neon sign for the bread truck we're building. Luckily, I get to get out and see Houston. I have to constantly be on top of these parts. When the guys are building vehicles, they need parts.
Is everything?
Man, it's everything. And if they don't have the parts when they're ready to put it on, then it costs time. And time is money. So basically, my job before they need it. My entire life, I've been in and around shops, specifically working on trucks. So it's really cool working at Extensive. Being affiliated with a shop that's known all over the world, man, it just doesn't get any better than that. How you doing, Spot? Got me ready to roll? Think so. Oh man, that looks super cool. Dude, it's exactly what we wanted. Very cool.
Before we give this bread truck back to Dorian and Isabel, as a t-shirt selling machine, there's a couple more things we need to check off our list.
We got the truck all wrapped up. Now we just have one more thing to do is just add the wrap to the wheels. Pretty much the whole theme of the vehicle is red and black. There's not much left on it that's polished, so just to help tie in with the whole theme itself, we're adding the same graphic design to the wheels itself.
Man, that looks good, huh? I know it was a lot of work, Timmy, but man, when it's coming down the road at you, right? Let's get the grill on this thing and top it off. Man, Timmy, this thing looking good.
That looks real good. Kind of completes the whole truck.
I'm super excited to see what the truck looks like. I have a vision for it, and I knew if anyone could make this happen, it would be Bill.
I asked Dorian and Isabel to meet me at the 8th Wonder Brewery in downtown Houston. Every weekend they host an event here. Vendors are selling food, drinks, you name it. Very soon there'll be a one-off custom truck selling Sunday Fun Day t-shirts. Hey, thank you guys for bringing all the merchandise today. Soon it'll have a nice home in the new van.
Good, I'm tired of hauling that in the back of our truck.
Yeah, y'all ready to check it out?
Yeah!
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's mad.
I'm shaking.
When that thing hit the floor, man, they loved it.
Oh my God, this thing looks amazing. He went way beyond my expectations.
What's up? You ready to sell some shirts? How you doing? Good.
You know, Rudy, as well as everybody at the shop, they always come through. I mean, this is just a prime example of just teamwork and my guys making it happen.
Yes.
Great. And we started off by doing the air suspension on it. We converted the front straight axle to independent, handmade every part and piece of it. When this big old truck pulls up, slams to the ground, you can't help but take notice.
So excited to take it to shows.
Custom-made wheels for this truck. And to give it the wow factor, we made a whole new bumper and grille. So the front of this truck is sleek and streamlined.
Looks amazing.
Got the whole side out and vendor door on the side so you can sell all your product. You know, Pixelworks did a great job wrapping it.
2 colors, embossed, printed everywhere. That blew my mind.
Of course, we have your beer tabs for you. Everything on it is going to help you promote your business and draw people to it.
Yeah, this is everything we've ever wanted. This is everything that we need. I just can't wait to get in there and start selling our merchandise. This is amazing!
You open the door, those guys were just blown away. I mean, they had no idea. You know, you wanted the bar feel.
Yeah. Yes!
So, this is awesome.
This is crazy!
Not so many more chickens in there.
This is amazing!
The whole interior with the wood inside, how they redid everything just real nice and subtle. It looks awesome.
I knew you guys were the ones to come to help us out with this build.
I think she likes it.
I think it's awesome, man.
You guys ready to check out the taps? Yeah! Well, cool. Let's get the product loaded up. We're ready to sell some. Here you go, buddy.
Once we open up our doors, the people just flooded the truck. You have like extra small or small? Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Today is a great day. I mean, it's making them some money. I mean, that's what we built it for. That's what they need until you see what's underneath.
So it's either good, fast, or cheap. Pick 2.
Pick 3 in this case.
I can't believe y'all gonna let this man cut this top, man.
This is a 2006 Kodiak that we cut in half and stretched.
We're trying to take it to the next level and get it back on top of the game.
Wow, man.
I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas Metal. Houston has so much going on all the time, and Extensive is thankfully right in the middle of it. To meet rapper, and Entreblim is a fixture in the southern rap scene, especially right here in Houston.
What's happening, Bill? My man, how you doing?
Man, real well.
Hey, Slim. Real deal, Bill.
What's happening, man?
Good, man. Thank you for coming out, man.
Yeah, man.
What's going on?
Spot.
Good to meet you, man. Good to meet you.
Slim and I grew up in the same part of town, the north side. Slim is known for his custom cars, which have a habit of ending up in his music videos, and he wants to add to his collection.
Man, I got this big dinosaur out here, man. I need you.
The 1959 Caddy was totally futuristic for its time. They even fashioned this thing after jet airplanes. What are you feeling?
This has been my dream car, man, for the last 10 years, and so, you know, it's real special to me, man. It's just such a classic. I want to make sure I do it the best. And I know you're the best in town when it comes to dropping it to the flow.
That's right.
So I need to bag it up and swag it up, man.
Definitely build you a badass car.
If you know anything about making that car sit low to the flow, you know Bill is one of the best, man. He just got that name in the streets.
Plus, he from the north.
He from that north side.
From that north.
Representing
the north.
Together, you know what I'm saying?
That's what we do.
Hands down, this got to be the best ass I've seen on a Cadillac. What you think?
Man, no doubt. The 1959 Caddy.
I want to look like Batman when I hit the block.
That's the best car you could have got to look like Batman.
That's what I'm talking about. What can we do with it?
Man, what can't we do with it?
Well, as you can see, you can tell I love that black. My brother Ray had a good idea.
Oh, man, I was thinking black, just chrome.
So black on black on black?
That's pretty much the dress code around here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in too good around
exactly,
here, huh?
Man. You see what it look like around here, man. I got this sore thumb sticking out on me, man, so I need your help.
Man, it must be really nerve-wracking knowing you've got to build a car to park next to a Rolls Royce.
Nah, we're gonna make the Rolls Royce look bad.
I have to agree with that. Where'd you get this at?
Pennsylvania. We seen this car online, and we just shoved the dice and got it and got lucky with it.
Whenever a car comes from that part of the country, I get super nervous what could be under all that paint. If this car's been sitting rusty for 50 years, it can make for a tough build.
Look at that, Bill. That's bad.
Man,
That's pretty rough. That bad. Did you hear? Well, I know you're the one who can do this.
I think we're gonna take it from a 10 to 100. Slim, when you gotta have this thing back, man?
I need this thing by the end of summer, man. I got a real big party for my birthday, and I really want to put and shine on them one good time, man.
Can't say no to Slim.
Look me up, man. Let's get it, Bill. Yes, sir.
That's right. Since I started Extensive 20 years back, on all of our builds, I try to raise the bar higher and higher. Slim has the same rep with his music and cars. You know, this won't be the first 59 custom caddy, but this is going to be the new gold standard.
Look at this bad boy.
We got to build this car the biggest, the baddest 59 there's ever been. It's got to be like one of his concerts on the road.
What's the game plan?
I want to make this caddy the future of custom caddies. It'll be black on black on black. Painting the body black with black chrome. Over-the-top sound system with 32 speakers in all.
He wants to piss off the neighbors when he comes home.
King of the no. He's got to have the king of caddies here.
I'm assuming a 1959 seat's not going to last for a guy that's 6'5", 6'7".
So here's what I'm thinking. A handmade black interior with custom leather seats to fit a guy as big as Slim. You're going to have to test drive this one because you know Spy can't be able to touch the pedal.
What's underneath the hood look like? Have y'all checked that out? Tell you, there is no engine, no transmission, needs a wiring harness.
We're going to put a big bad engine in it, the 6.2 LS with 525 horsepower. And of course our own air suspension with 24-inch wheels and tires. Decent shape except for somebody's 1970 repair.
Well, at least they hit the center of the trim with the screws. Look at this. It's almost like making popcorn.
Rust flaking off a 60-year-old car is never good. Who knows what's under that red paint?
Don't worry about it, Timmy. You got this. You can handle it.
Let's strip everything. Let's get it to the blaster, and then we'll see what we got to work with. Before it goes out to media blast, Jamie's going to torch out the old shocks and springs so we can mock up the air suspension and engine.
I live and breathe this stuff. I've been doing this since I was a kid. My dad was in the hot rods, and here I am.
But you don't do this kind of stuff to a new car. Older cars takes a little bit more work, a little elbow grease. Older cars just need a lot more love than working on a newer car.
With the undercarriage tore out, we got room to mock up the suspension. This is where the car is going to sit when you deflate all the air out of the suspension. You see something like that, the Slim doesn't have a choice but to like this.
When you inflate the airbag, it's going to pivot on this point, lower the rear end down, which will raise the car. When it airs out, it'll go back up to where the rear end is, and it'll lay the car out. These heavy-duty U-bolts assure that the two-link is firmly attached.
Perfect. This thing is going to drop super low. We're taking off all the chrome. I've asked Charlie to make that chrome black for Slim's 59 Caddy.
We are fixing to spray some of Slim's parts. The process, we've already done the black on it. Now we're fixing to go in and shoot the chrome. You have to take your time with it, make sure you do it right and make sure you got the even amount of coats on there. If you don't, it will definitely become splotchy or cloudy or anything like that. So you definitely want to know what you're doing when you come in there spraying this stuff. Now we'll do the black tint to give Slim that black that he asked for. What I'm doing here is I'm checking, because if you don't, we'll go just a dab more. we are, 5-6 coats later, and now we got this thing where we want it to be. So we want to get some clear on it, so you can have that black on black on black.
Slim's big 6.2 is on order, but luckily we have a mock-up engine so we can make sure everything fits in place. And we got a big purple transmission that we can fit onto it too. Once it's all mocked up, we'll know what we're up against. Coming to Jamie's truck?
I think he painted it with them glasses that he got.
Purple Rain tribute truck.
Something like that anyway. I actually like the color. It ain't that bad, but it's just not going to work with what we're doing right here. So I'm sure we're going to have to tear it down and repaint it.
Here we go. Got it, Jamie?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Down just a little bit.
Watch yourself, Jamie.
Man, this ain't gonna work. The pan's gonna hit the steering.
Watch your fingers. Is it the purple transmission giving y'all problems?
Ain't the transmission problem, it's the oil fan problems.
There's no way this oil pan is gonna fit as is.
And Slim Thug's caddy doesn't fit. Man, let's just get it out real quick. We'll just cut the pan. We don't have time to wait on ordering one.
Time to chop it up.
Instead of ordering a better fitting oil pan, it's going to be faster to make our own, and ours will be a better quality anyway. I think it was time for him to oil change anyway. What do you think?
That's pretty black, man.
The world of custom creates problems, and this is just one of the things you deal with on a daily basis. We'll get it handled, whatever it is. So what we're going to do is cut a notch in the oil pan, create a new line, and then we'll make a custom cover. And all this will give us more room for the engine.
Looks like we can take off an inch.
We're going to cut it back a little bit further, make this line go a little bit further out, and then go down into the deeper part of the oil pan.
Just solving problems like this, cutting the pan, move the pickup tube back. Modifying, that's what we do around here.
That much more. Just the bottom will give it a slight little angle on it.
It's a real small space. We got to get the angle exactly right.
Most of the time, you got to just take a little bit off, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Finally, you'll get it.
Let's see what we got here. That should work. Man, that's notched out perfect. I think it's the perfect angle. I think it's going to work good. The new pickup tube is perfect. The engine should just fit. Buddy! Got something for you real quick, man. Let me just take this up. Make it look good, man. Not like last time. Jesse's one of our best aluminum welders. He'll make this oil pan work perfectly.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, how about it?
Bolt it up.
Cross member ought to clear here. Steering ought to clear here. It's the first time Jamie's had a dance in a long time. It's with a motor.
Got it, Jamie?
Yeah, I got it.
Time, huh?
About time.
Something like this should take 5 minutes. It takes 45 minutes. Ricky's on his way to the shop. He's one of my long-term customers, and he's always up in the game on everything he owns. So as you can guess, we get right along.
What's up, man? Got a little dirty. What's going on,
How
man?
you doing, man?
Good.
Ready to do something new, huh?
Yeah, we need to change it up.
This is the 2006 Kodiak that we cut in half and stretched. When we were done with it, nobody's seen anything like it before.
When this truck showed up to shows, everybody's mind was blown. But man, there's a lot of Kodiaks out there. A lot of guys are bringing out a bunch of nice show trucks, man. So I just want to revamp it, you know?
Yeah, step it up a little bit.
Yeah. So we're trying to take it to the next level and get it back on top of the game. This paint's been on there for a while.
Yeah, I know you got a ton of paint work on the inside. You want to like repaint the whole thing, change the whole color?
Yeah.
These are from 11 years ago.
It's been a long time in there, man. That's gotta go. That was a gift.
For the record, Extensive didn't put that disco ball in. We never would have. You know, definitely wheels, tires, man. We got to step that up. The 24s were badass, 11 years ago, even 5 years ago. But man, we at least got to have those 26s on it now.
A lot of these side-by-sides at the shows, man, they have everybody in the world with these loud speakers. I guess they're like marine-type speakers. Man, you can't hear this truck.
This isn't loud enough.
I mean, man, it's loud enough when you're going down the road, but at the show, when you're parked and everybody has their stereo on, you can't hear it.
Some speakers put in the bed.
Yeah, what do you think?
Something down low so you can't see it.
Yeah, we don't want it gaudy and still can use the bed, you know what I mean?
How you like it.
Yeah.
Not just loud, but
right.
That'll keep them boys trying to keep up with us.
Yeah, gotta stay ahead. Sounds good, man.
This brings back a lot of memories from built the bed for it, the air suspension on it, new headlights, running boards, moved the cab back 24 inches and built that center section. First built, I mean, this was one of one. And that's why it's back, just to stay ahead. I mean, that's what we do, stay 10 steps ahead of everybody else.
To get Ricky's truck back up on top, I'm thinking big. A set of 26-inch powder-coated wheels, custom door panels, a top-of-the-line sound system, including marine speakers in the bed, and we'll paint this huge truck solid black. Once again, it has set the bar for custom Kodiaks.
You know, our paint shop is totally overwhelmed. I got to get somebody in here that does a perfect job, and there's not too many people you can just call upon to drop what they're doing, get on a plane, come out and help you out, but that's my boy Zane.
What color are it gonna be now?
Big, bold, black.
It's a whole lot of red to make black.
It's gonna be a pain to take care of, but man, it's gonna give it what it needs, I think, to really set it back to the punch in the face. Here you go.
We'll kill this thing. Anytime you paint one black, man, you don't want to miss. When we paint them black, man, all that stuff's going to show up. So if anything's not straight or not perfect, you're going to see it as soon as you look at that thing. John and Heath and the boys are going to start blowing some of the interior apart so we can get going on this thing.
These doors here on this Kodiak, they've seen their better day. So what we're going to do on this to get rid of all this old stuff and go to new, we're just going to cut the top of the door panel off and rebuild a whole bottom half of this door. Rock and roll. It's time to update them, make them a little bit better, see if we can't one-up ourselves on this one.
Zane is going to bodywork every last imperfection out of a Kodiak and prime it for its date with a midnight black paint job.
We start blocking it all on a hard block with some 180. Keep it in an X pattern always, so anything that's not straight is going to show. It's going to make me look bad, it's going to make Bill look bad, it's going to make everybody look bad. Ricky don't want it wavy, and I don't want it wavy, you know?
Bodyworks Kodiak Midnight Black.
The Kodiak's so big, we're going to use the forklift to get the bed off of it so we can get it into the booth. Now, come on. All right, you can go ahead and pull the slack out. Try to get that thing painted today so we can just keep on keeping on with it. All right. All right, go back. Back. Doing it black too, I like to blow them apart. You know, we're not going to have any nasty tape lines on this thing, so we can really make this thing as nice as possible. The thing about that black paint. If it's got any kind of ripple, imperfection, any kind of wave through here, you're gonna see that. You know, it's really gonna show, you know, how good the bodywork really is out of this shop. As soon as it pulls up, I mean, you're not gonna miss it. It's gonna look like a big 30-foot long shadow coming through. Pretty menacing truck as it is, but I mean, this is really gonna set it apart from the rest of the stuff there. Once we get it all blocked out and buffed after we paint it, we want everything that you see in the reflection of it to look just like it did, you know, if you were looking in a mirror.
We built the suspension and test fit the engine on Slim's 59 Caddy. Are you going to get that trim off right there? We're preparing to send it to Miller.
Bill. What's up, bro?
How you doing, man? What's happening, man? Come on.
Chilling, bro. I got an idea I want to run by you right fast.
What you got, man?
I just feel like I can't see it being the cleanest 59 in the city with a top. This is Houston, man. It's hot out here. Let's just chop the top, man. Chop the top.
Cut the top off.
You gotta come topless or you ain't coming down at all.
You're gonna lose. Let's make it a roadster.
I ain't pulling it out in the rain, so it don't matter.
That's custom.
That's custom. That's custom.
A 59 Caddy Roadster isn't something you see every day. And with all our other custom modifications, there won't be another one like this for sure.
What y'all fellas think?
How about the rolls, right?
No, I'm talking about this.
I mean, you really caught us just in time to do something like that. Because if you came an hour later, it'd have been too late.
I mean, it's meant to be, man. Yeah, Let's do it, man.
We gotta do a little bit of reinforcing, man, but that won't take a second. Before we cut into any car, much less a rusty one, you gotta reinforce it with square tubing. That way everything stays straight. It's a change, you try to be accommodating. But when that client's Slim Thug, you just hand him the saw.
You ever cut a top before like this?
You can color in the color.
Just follow the lines.
I can't believe y'all gonna let this man cut this top. Slim always been hands-on stuff. I been telling you all the time, man, you can't do that. But you hard here, you continue to do that.
That's why we balance each other out.
That's right, you see.
I got the crazy ideas. He the one trying to stop them all the time.
That's what it is.
Y'all ready for it? Here it is. Yes, sir. As I'm chopping the top on this car, I'm realizing that this is really like my passion. Bill, I need a job, man. I need a job. Building your own car, man, just like making a song, is priceless, man. And the feeling of knowing you created something, it's like having a baby.
No.
It is special.
No. You know, if this rapping thing doesn't work out, Slim can always come to Extensive and work anytime.
Man.
That is.
Oh, man.
No. Hey, good job, man. Last couple of bolts out of the body. Separate the body from the frame. Get the frame out. Anytime you strip a car down this far, it really makes you nervous of what you're going to find from the past. It's probably been 59 years since this happened. Man, at first glance, it really looks rusty and scaly, but it's more dirt and grease than anything. As far as the body, this is pretty common just to replace a rocker panel, but my concern is how far into the car this rust continues and goes. You don't really know until you blast this thing to see what's underneath and what you got to work with when it gets back. So I'm super nervous right now to hopefully there's some car left when it gets back. Alright. Damn. We're gonna get the frame out to powder coat. And then we'll put the body on the cart so we can ship it off the blast. Let's get this out.
Finally, she's gone.
Slim was really lucky to find this 59 Caddy. But you know, Pennsylvania isn't exactly possible to know how bad the damage is until we pick it up for media blast.
Looks good to me.
Media Blast takes off all the paint and filler. Hopefully we'll see a lot of metal, but I have my doubts.
This morning, Spot's bringing back the 59 Cadillac from the Media Blaster. It's the moment of truth. Today we're going to see how bad the body damage is.
All right, yeah, we got a lot of work here.
59 years old is definitely showing a little age.
Yeah, a little bit.
Robert is one of the best metal workers in town. He's been doing it longer than me. Not many people can say that in this town.
We can replace this whole panel.
Yeah. Man, this car's about as old as you are, huh?
Nice. I've been doing metal work since high school, 86, on my Volkswagen. Just evolved into anything I can imagine I build.
Just cut that whole thing out.
Yeah. That was all covered up with Bondo?
Yeah, man, Bondo was out to about here.
So it's either good, fast, or cheap. Pick two.
Pick three in this case.
We get it. I'm starting the floors. Get the floors right. And to match the other side. Some folks just throw a piece of metal in here and weld it up, but to actually do it right takes the time. And when you get done, you get a better product. Now we cleat coat it in. Everything underneath is coated. So now what we'll do is we'll start welding it in. There's no quick easy with sheet metal. It's either right or it's not right.
Last but definitely not least, Heath and John are getting rid of that disco ball in Ricky's Kodiak.
Hey, check it out, John. You light up my life.
Nice. Hey, I like to party.
Well, here we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, party. Bill didn't want a disco ball, so what we got to do is make something to cover up the hole. Got a piece of panel board that we went ahead and curved to match the radius here. And then we're going to have an insert with the extensive logo right in the center. It's going to be raised up in some vinyl in the back. All look really cool.
Ricky's really loud. He wants something loud when he's at the car shows. What we want to do is add these 4 waterproof speakers to the bed. We don't want to drill any more holes in the bed side, so we're going to use the toolbox that's already there. Put an end brace, the pipe will go in the middle, we'll weld that out, and then send it off to paint. And these guys are going to bolt it in. We have the 4 speakers will mount to that curved bar. This should finish off the bed of the truck, and we're ready for Ricky to see it.
You know, Ricky is one of my all-time favorite customers. And today he's coming back to check out his Kodiak. I can't wait to show him what we did to him.
What's up, man?
What's happening, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing all right?
Yes, sir. I'm doing good.
Man, I got a couple surprises for you today.
Hopefully one of them's my truck.
Well, yeah, one of them is.
Awesome. Where is it, man?
Let's check it out.
Oh, that's not the same truck, man. It's tucking a whole bunch of wheel on the front and the back now. God, no, those bigger wheels made it look so much better. That looks brand new, man.
I mean, right then, you know you did a job well done.
This bumper and the lights and the grill, awesome, man.
Like brand new, huh?
Hell yeah, man. Whole different truck, man.
Man, it is. It's bad.
First and foremost, the big 26-inch
Oh, man,
wheels,
they look awesome, man. I love them.
Totally makes this thing look night and day different.
Really does, man.
Still hook anything you want to it. The load rating's there on the back.
Good
you
to
can't
go.
kill it.
Whatever.
Man, whatever you want, man.
I love the color. When you do the black right, it looks good,
You see,
man. That paint is so sick. You can see yourself in that paint from 30 to 40 feet away. It looks like a piece of glass rolling by.
Man, you want to check the inside out?
Man, shoot, yeah.
Keith and John ripped out all the old door panels and everything. They rebuilt the whole thing. This part of the door panel replicates the headlights on the front, so it has that nice little...
Man, that's sick, man. I see it now.
And here's all redone too, Ricky.
Nothing looks the same.
had to get rid of the disco ball you had in there.
Man, that disco ball spun and spun and spun until it finally spun itself out of the truck. We just let it keep spinning down the road.
I'm kind of happy it's gone myself, but man, it looks so much better with that extensive logo in there, and that truck is badass.
Man, all new stereo system. We know how you like to just be louder than Ricky.
Remember though, Ricky was saying he wanted a little bit louder outside?
We mounted 4 8-inch full-range marine-grade speakers in the back of the truck.
God,
They don't hurt,
man.
They don't hurt to get wet, and nobody is gonna drown you out over these, man. Spot, crank it up, man. Let's hear it.
All right.
God, dog, man.
Ain't nobody gonna have a louder one than that, Rick.
I'm glad. Good. Can't hear you. What'd you say?
I mean, you can hear this from a mile away.
Man, you can put a tarp back here and fill it with water and have a hot tub with your system in it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You know, my guys just kill it on every project. The new door panels, the sound system, the speakers in the bed, the wheels, the tires, the paint, which is a lot of paint on this. And Ricky he's in love with the truck.
Man, I can't wait to take it on a ride.
I got one more surprise for you.
Oh, yeah?
I know how you're a fan of rap music, so we're going to use this to pull Slim Thug's new car to his party.
Oh, man, that's awesome, man. So if you're from Houston and you're not a fan of Slim Thug, you're crazy.
Let's do it, man.
Sounds good, man.
Much bodywork left on Slim's 59 Caddy. Robert's done with the floor pans, but he needs to completely replace the damaged side panel.
This was filled up with body filler before after this bad wreck, so all this metal has to go. This will all be brand new, just like it was from the beginning.
The bodywork on the 59 Caddy, but Robert still has a long way to go to make this the futuristic, one-of-a-kind roadster that it wants to be.
This is the English wheel. When you run the metal through here, you can get the contour of the roll and spread it throughout the panel. And this will give me the bend, make the panel lay right on top of what's there, so we can cut it out and replace it, and it'll be all brand new. Well, we don't need this anymore. We've coated everything with the aluminum since we're never going back in. So that way we'll never have to worry about rust. So now we're ready to Cleco our piece in and cut it in and weld it. And then when I tack it, the little piece that we're Clecoed to will fall off on the inside. Okay, so our panel's welded in now. Just got a few high spots to worry about. We'll take care of them and it'll be all new, one panel all the way down. Lay the wire on here. It kind of conforms to the body. It'll tell you where the high spots are, where there's going to be a little filler at. And it looks like we're going to be good right here.
Cutting the roof off the Caddy was the right call, but it created a whole lot more work. Because there's no windows, Robert has to form some metal to cap the doors to hold it all together.
59 Cadillac now is sunny weather car, can't drive it in the rain. So we had these caps made, fit right in here like this, be welded down smooth, ground, ready for paint. Seal welded now, it's welded solid, smoothed out, it's ready for some body filler.
It was original and what's custom.
We have put in so many hours into making this car perfect. I've sanded on this car until my fingertips started bleeding. You know, when you spray any other color, you get away with a lot of stuff, but black, it has to be flawless from start to finish, all the way through.
After weeks and weeks of work on Slim's Caddy, it's finally ready for Charlie to paint it black on black on black.
We're gonna do about 12 coats of paint. It's gonna be like he's gonna be rolling up on a huge black diamond. It's gonna shine so bright. His car will stand out next to any black car that's parked next to. Growing up, I was listening to Slim Thug while I painted cars, and now here I am painting his car, you know? So that's a really cool thing right there for me.
You know, I really hate when you see a car with just speakers crammed everywhere. I've asked John to find a way to hide all those 32 speakers in Slim's Caddy.
We're having to squeeze 10 subs in the trunk. The trunk I'm having to do is build it in 2 pieces and actually bolt the 2 halves together to make one entire enclosure. So when you open the trunk, all you're going to see is trunk. You won't see any of the equipment. Box fits, that's always a plus. To run it all, I got 6 visible amps and I got 2 more hidden in here somewhere. This piece here is going to cover up batteries and everything else and hold the other set of speakers that go in the trunk. Lucky enough, everything I've worked on so far is fit, so now that I got the trunk looking good, it's time to hide 4 more speakers in each door panel. So once I get my baffle in here, I'm going to have to deaden this. You know the cars you see on the streets when they've got so much bass, the car sounds like it's about to fall apart. But what we're doing with the deadener is we're going to stop that. We're going to make sure we don't have any rattles anywhere in this car. All we want is music coming out of this car. We'll get 3 or 4 layers in some spots just to make sure that we have enough density in the door so that we don't have any kind of flex or anything in the panels. All right, so we've got our baffle mounted. Everything's boxed in. We've got all of our deadener in the door. Next thing we're going to do, we got a base plate made. We'll make another piece out of 3/4 inch MDF. We're going to flush trim that. We're going to go to work with the grinder and make some cool shapes out of this. First, with the door panel, some depth. I'm going to be grinding from one edge to the line, from the other edge to the line, bringing a ridge around the top. It'll have a couple of lines in it instead of just a single line. That'll look pretty cool. All right, so there's the door panel all done. Speakers will be in this area here. We'll make a grill to cover it. Cover that in black grill cloth so you'll never even know that the speakers are in the door. Wrap this in leather, get it in the car. We'll move on to the next panel.
When I was like 14, a guy in my little hometown had a little truck that he would drive through the middle of town. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'd make my mom go by this guy's house and his truck would be in the driveway and I'd be like, oh man. He and I became really, really good friends for 30 years now. And that's how I got into the car scene. This here is my personal 2008 Chevy Silverado. It was a standard crew cab truck that Bill said, hey, let's take an extended cab and the crew cab. We'll cut the whole pillar out. And we'll make that door latch into this one, make this one latch so you can open up the whole truck and there's no pillar in the center. Many of guys have tried to duplicate that, but it's never been pulled off again. You can build anything you want to build. You want to be above and beyond. You want to set the bar kind of where you show up the next show and everybody's like, golly, just like, what do you have? It's just cool to kind of have the tools, the facility to be able to take the crazy ideas and take them to reality.
Slim 6.2 LS black to match the rest of his Caddy. Matt's wiring it all up to give it a test fire.
Fire it up. Hell yeah. Clear?
Good job, man. Good job. The 525 horse. Oh, Slim gonna be happy. You know, at the very end of a big job, sometimes it comes together all at once. And that's exactly how this one's going down.
Car jams, everything's hidden, nice clean lines, everything's smooth and sleek. Turned out real nice.
Today's the day, man.
Oh my God. Slim been driving me crazy about this whole car.
I've been wanting a 59 Cadillac, man, since I can remember.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Slim Thug's having a party at his house today. Man, he's about as ready can be to see his car.
I can't wait, man. Come on.
That old dinosaur. That sore thumb.
We're gonna see what type of superhero you are, Bill.
I feel the pressure.
Man, Bill.
Y'all ready to check it out?
Yeah. Let's get it.
Oh man, look at that.
Man, Bill. Sick, bro. This has far surpassed my expectations, man. I'm so happy with this. I really feel like I got my own personal Batmobile.
Man, last time you seen it, you was over there cutting the roof off.
Right. I told y'all it was a good idea. Now look at it. Man, y'all took this car to a whole new level.
Front to back, you see how slick this thing is and how much time and effort has been put into each and every piece of this car. Powder-coated frame, every panel's blown apart. Body work, there's not a lick of rust on that thing.
I feel like I'm in a dream right now. The paint, man, it's look like a candy black. When you look in it, you can just see so far into it. It's like a mirror.
Black chrome trim.
Black on black on black. That's what we asked for.
It don't get blacker than this.
Right, man. Black chrome came out pretty
nice.
good.
Real nice. I like it.
I was a little nervous because I ain't never see how that was going to look, but it really gave it a new feel. Sick, bro. Sick.
Of course, we had to have the air suspension on there, man.
Bag them up.
You gotta have it low and ride smooth.
Low to the floor.
Nice.
24-inch wheels. And Slim, I know you wanted them 24s.
Had to.
Man, them 4s just look good.
Black with the black chrome on it. Get a little contrast on the wheel, too. People are gonna see this car and have to step their game up.
That's it, man.
We built his dream car for him, and that is a good feeling.
Wow.
Man, 8,032 speakers, all hidden. You don't see anything in here.
I can't wait to hear this, bro. I see how the interior match everything.
Yeah, man.
Front to the back.
My interior guys just killed it. It's all handmade. And of course, black leather and suede.
Seats are sick.
The door panel's all been refashioned to get all that music inside the door.
Wow, let me get in here, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
It's the seat back.
Yes, sir.
It's all Bluetooth, man. Just take your phone out, hit it.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Real Deal Bill executed to the fullest.
Man, didn't he?
Big shout out to Real Deal Bill. He the coldest in the game. It sounds like a concert on wheels.
I know you want to see the heart of this thing. And the LS3, the 525 horseman,
That's crazy, man. I could drive this thing to New York, huh?
Hell yeah.
Bill, you killed it, bro. Well, I guess the only thing left now to do is drive it. Let's hit the block, man. Let's do it. It's a real dream come true right here, bro. Finally, getting to drive my dream car old school, man.
I'm so proud of all my guys at the shop. No matter what the task is, they kick ass.
There's already something you don't see. But what you done did to this, man, for sure head turner everywhere we go, bro.
Well, that's what it's all about. We're going to make it 22 inches, the bag's completely full. We get a ton of pipe, start rolling, and chop it up. The tube work is going to be right at eye level. It looks like a sculpture after it's done.
Oh, that was 28.
Yeah. This 2016 Escalade is super luxurious, and we're going to add tons more power to this.
You're just going to leave every other Escalade in the dust.
Oh, my God. I'm Bill Carlton. I built my first truck when I was 16. And ever since, me and my guys have been out here creating with our hands. Building the biggest, lowest, baddest custom trucks and cars in the game. People don't come here for what they need. They come here for what they want. This is Texas metal. This shop is built on the diversity of the custom cars we work on. That's what keeps us on our toes. That's what keeps. What are you doing, man?
I'm fogging for mosquitoes.
I've known Tom a long time. He owns a construction company and says driving around in a big old custom truck is great advertisement for his business. How you doing, Tom?
How you doing, man? Good to see you. A long time. It's been a minute. It has.
Love your entrance, man.
Bill's a really good friend of mine. We grew up together on the north side of Houston. He's the guy to go to if you want something done custom.
Well, what are we doing?
Trying to get this thing lifted up. It's got to be real high, though. I need to be in the clouds.
This is a stock Ford F-250 straight off the showroom floor. This one has a 6.7-liter turbo diesel with 925 foot-pounds of torque.
When people first see this truck, I want them to be completely blown away at how did we do that.
So huge wheels, huge lift, 4-link with the big bags.
Definitely.
Color match the suspension.
Yeah, man.
There are a lot of aftermarket lift kits available for the F-Series truck. Man, we're going to make this one different. I mean, we're going to make it adjustable, classy. This is going to be the coolest truck around.
I need it to be down when I'm in town and up when I'm off-road.
So just go all out on it.
Go all out.
Like custom bumpers.
Custom bumpers. Got to be color matched. With it because it's easy to go crazy with them. It's got to be something that you've never done before. It's got to be something that nobody's ever seen.
Nice. So the inside, I know you want the crazy stereo. Subs under the seat.
The sound has got to be loud.
It's awful dark in here, so we need to brighten it up.
Interior is so important. That's where I spend all of my time. I need this build to be something special, not only in the city and on the streets, but more importantly in the mud park.
Tom, you know we're going to take care of you on this.
I know you are.
Well, let's go do some paperwork. Man, I love the challenge of making a custom lift. The key for me is building it high enough so people will take notice. When people are looking eye level at this lift, it'd be like looking at a sculpture. While keeping the off-road performance, that way you can go out and still get a little crazy.
So what's this?
We got the new 17, 250, four-wheel drive, and platinum. So we want to take it a few steps up. Outside the airbags and shocks, we're going to hand make everything else. We're going to start with the frame down air suspension. 22 inches with the bags completely full. Air suspension. We're talking fender well up here.
I can walk under it?
Tim can walk under it.
So 6-inch lift.
Tim can walk under it? We'll color match some parts with a pearl white. We'll chrome the rest of the parts for a high contrast shine. We're having 28-inch billet wheels with a 42-inch tire so it can ride even higher.
28 by 42?
It's a custom one-off wheel created just for this truck.
So what about the inside?
We'll just cut the bottom half of the door panels off. We'll put speakers in the door panels and build a see-through console, which extends all the way to the back seat, with 3 big woofers that are lit with LED lights.
What about back here? Anything in the bed?
Tom wants his truck lifted and loud, so we'll put 4 8-inch full-range marine-grade speakers in the bed. Just something that looks super classy, but just is super loud.
Gotcha. Bumpers?
We're also modifying the exterior of this truck with a custom set of bumpers for the front and the rear.
Just big on this.
Exactly. And the sooner we get it done, the sooner we can take it to the off-road part and go check it out.
Oh, let's get it done immediately.
Today.
Tear all the interior out of this. Awesome. While the F-250 is still on the ground, now's a good time for Heath and Tim to tear out the interior.
These things are tight. On the old classic cars, everything's metal, bunch of Phillips screws. New cars, I prefer to use just a regular hand ratchet. It takes a little longer, but I don't break nothing.
There she goes.
Now we got her off. We're trying to get the console out right now.
Go!
cab. We're doing all this before it's 4 feet up in the air, and my big ass can't get in here no more.
We're gonna build a whole new air suspension for this truck. We have to get rid of everything stock, from the wheels, the springs, the shocks, the mounts, anything to do with stock. We're gonna make a clean slate on this frame so we can start it from scratch.
Jamie's a real wild man. He just comes together, gets it done, gets ready to go on the next one. There's so much stuff in the way. It's got to be really behind that proportionate valve.
And I'm gonna score it right here and break the weld.
Was it hood time?
It's hood time.
We're going to need to clean the frame rails to weld our suspension to. So John is burning off all the stock suspension brackets. Once John's done, I'll follow him with a grinder. I'll grind all this down smooth so we're ready for the new brackets.
Now that we tore out all the stock spring suspension, we're going to measure for all the parts we need for the lifted air suspension. This truck is basically riding on air, which is a way smoother ride than springs. It's a super technical build, and we got to be right on the money. That's 21 inches between the center of the axle to the ground. So we had it right on the money.
This thing's a little crazy with the 42s, the 28s.
It's going to have the first set in the world.
So I'm excited about this.
47. You got 47.
All right, I got y'all's pieces.
Rudy's fabricated the axle mounts for the 4-link. That gives us a solid place to mount the suspension to the axle. Perfect, man.
That'll work.
Yeah, 5/8.
Yeah.
Now we're going to install it. Super critical to get all this right so the drive line stays right. You don't have any vibration going down the road, so it's key to get this on the money. A little bit more back. That'll work. Right now I'm designing the drop-down bracket on this truck. That allows the pivot points to drop down to keep the 4-link more in line. And man, you're gonna need a ladder to get in this truck. We'll tape our poster board to the frame and kind of figure out where the pivot point's going to be. It's too bad we don't have some laser scanner. I don't use AutoCAD. I just use pen and paper. We just do it the old-fashioned way. The advantage of that is I see the end result in real time. We're trying to figure our pivot points out on the frame itself, so everything's going to articulate on the rear end and the frame. I think we're good with the pivot point here, so we're pretty much set up. We can give this to Rudy, start burning some plate, start building this thing. Check it out, Rudy. See what you got. Now it's up to you to make me one whole plate here that bolts onto the whole side of the truck. I want it to hold the back part of the 4-link, the front part of the 4-link, and just some nice style to it here.
You want these holes punched out?
3/4.
Got some big old heims going on there.
That's right.
So I got my template that Bill gave me. We're gonna go draw it up on the computer.
So this is pretty much the backbone of the truck. This is what's gonna hold the whole truck up together when it's whipping around in mud, jumping, or whatever he wants to do with it. This will hold the whole truck intact. So we gotta make sure it's nice and perfect, and nice and strong too.
Burning out the drop-down brackets on Tom's F-250 right now. Man, this thing allows us to get higher. It adds a ton of strength and rigidity.
All right, so we got our piece for the F-250 cut out. All we gotta do now is just punch our holes for the 4-links. We need to punch them and not cut them out because we want some real clean holes.
Hell yeah. Now we're gonna test fit the bracket. This bracket will basically drop down the frame rail. That way we can extend the lift even higher.
Is it tightening that gap up, Lulu?
It's going.
You know, I love being out in the shop. I love getting dirty, welding, grinding. I can't stand being in the office, answering the phones, doing paperwork. I hate it. I love being out with the guys. That's my passion. That's what I'm going to do till I die. Man, everything's proportioned perfect, man. I love it. And this to be powder coated, really going to bring some color down in the frame. It's just really, really going to look good. And it's strong. Lindsay is an old friend. We've customized a few trucks for him in the past, and let's just say he's enthusiastic.
What up, dog?
What's happening, man?
Hell yeah. Good seeing you, man. Ow. Look at all slim and trim.
When I first met Bill, he had an S10 pickup, and he had welded like this triangle thing on the door with a tire so he could turn sharp and drive through the neighborhood sideways. That's when I first met Bill.
What you got? This 2016 Escalade is a 6.2-liter V8 and 420 horsepower. It's large and luxurious, but at this point, it's just equipped for getting the kids to soccer.
I got the bells, the whistles, the distles, the tristles. I got it all. I mean, it has anything and everything an ordinary person wants. But if you have Bill in your life, you're not ordinary. You know, I can't look like every other soccer mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta make it look just nasty.
First thing we gotta do is put a supercharger on it. Give him about 100 or so extra horsepower to the rear wheels. I know you want that.
Because it already has a lot of power, but like, it's gonna be over the top power. Redonkulous power. I'm pumped.
We gotta lower this thing.
Ooh, okay. So when we lower it to the ground, it's easy for me to step and slide and ease right out that joint.
Man, new wheels, new tires. We gotta put the billet 26s on it.
What else? What else?
Come on, a little contrast on the trim.
Okay.
You know, something that totally sets you apart.
See, that's what's wrong. That's why, Beav, I'm addicted to the extension. I gotta have me some Bill love.
Man, the grill, we gotta have you a custom grill in it. That's the first thing you see when it's coming at you.
Once Bill puts his hands on it, it's gonna be fly. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna ride, and everybody can see me extensified.
Yeah, let's do it, dog. Come on.
Man. You need to drive the van?
Yeah, I'll drive the van. Temporary.
You know, these trucks are already over the top. They're super luxurious. The 6.2 in this is plenty of horsepower. But man, we're gonna set this apart, bring it to the next level, and add tons more power to this. When you see Lindsay coming down the road in this is just going to be over the top, just like Lindsay.
Well, well, well.
Is this who I think it is?
Oh, Lindsay. He wants us to hook him up. My plan is to add to the Cadillac's luxury with a little more presence and muscle. We'll start by adding a supercharger to the engine, and that should add around 100 horsepower.
Is he wanting like diamond encrusted bezels for the headlights and around the grill?
Man, he probably like that, but we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
To make this truck one of one, we're going to take all the chrome off and spray every bit of it so it looks like an anodized black. And we'll add a new grill and paint that too.
Anodized black wheels?
Everything. You got to really have a nice contrast. You know, no crazy red or blue or something like that on it.
Keep it classy.
Just classy and still stand out. You know, he wants to be able to drop his kids off and still take this out to the club. We'll fill the fender wells with custom 26-inch billet wheels. And it'd be like no other Escalade around. Let's just say Lindsay is really passionate about...
Excited when he just walks in the office.
Good luck, buddy.
I'm on it.
We've never installed a supercharger on this model Escalade before, so I asked Justin to take the lead on this one.
So what's the game plan for this one?
Man, this dude's over the top. He wants something he can get in and just smoke the tires off this thing. So,
the supercharger?
Yeah, but he's got to have something next level. I know how you get down with that tube work. Okay. So I want you to build him a custom air intake, man. So when he pops the hood, he can see that we handmade him something just for him.
You got it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So let's knock it out.
We're going to start removing some of the factory components out of the way. The type of supercharger it is, it's a centrifugal is what they call it. It increases the output speed of this impeller somewhere in the 60 to 70,000 RPM range, and in doing so, it creates a boost. So when I'm done putting this thing on here, it's going to leave every other Escalade in the dust. Right now, we got to remove this bracket right here that holds the computer. This is pretty much the brain of the vehicle, so we need to be super careful with it when we move this thing around and get it in its new location. slide right out now. Shouldn't have said fight me, it probably would have came right out. Let me see what else I need to move out the way to get this thing. We're about to have to pick this thing up and get that cover off so that we can get to that one last bolt.
Fitting an aftermarket supercharger in a stock truck like Lindsay's 2016 Escalade is always tricky, especially in such tight quarters. So it's not surprising Justin's having trouble moving the computer to make room for that supercharger.
This little panel right here serves no other purpose other than keeping rocks and stuff from hitting the computer. All right, now that we got this last bolt out the way, you can see that our computer will be ready for our new bracket to relocate it. And there we go. The purpose behind a supercharger is to increase the airflow going to your engine. Your engine is basically an air pump, so the more air you can get in, the more air you can get out, the more horsepower you can make. So we're going to go ahead and put our belt on for our new blower setup. So what this is doing is putting more tension on this belt. It keeps it from slipping on the supercharger at high RPMs. So if you went to a smaller pulley, you really crank out some horsepower on this thing. So right now we're about to install our intercooler. It takes the hot air from the supercharger and cools it down before it goes in the engine. We can connect the two with our rubber couplers and hard piping. All we gotta do is snake it through and make our connection. So this 4-inch pipe will support a lot of airflow, which in return means it'll support a lot of horsepower. All installed just like that.
We're making a huge custom lift for Tom's F-250, including this drop-down bracket we're installing right now. Well, let's get the holes in this thing. We'll put 5 holes down the side, and then we can through bolt them. Cut another piece for the back part of it to box it in. We can weld this right inside the frame. This thing, it's never going to come off. It's one of the strongest parts of the whole truck. We're now mocking up the 4-link bars. There are 2 bars on each side, the pushing on one side and a heim on the other for adjustment. This connects the rear end to the frame.
So I'm about to lay out a jig so I can make the pins, and I'm going to tack it to this straight piece of C-channel, make it all squared. So when I put the other end and I weld the bar in between, the bushing ends are actually squared off with the 4-link bar. Now I get the jig all made, I go cut some DOM tubing to weld between the bushing and the heim joint. Now I got the piece of DOM in, fit nice and snug and straight, I can tack it. Then I'll remove it, put another one in, and just keep repeating the process. Once they're all done, tacked up, then I'll weld them all out all together in one shot.
The drop down is looking good. Next step, just putting the 4-link on.
4-link connects the rear axle to the frame and keeps it centered with your wheel well as it lifts up and down. We don't want this truck driving down the road sideways, so we're going to make these 4-links equal length.
Cool. Get that 4-link done. John, that looks good.
Hell yeah. We get started with the front 4-link bars now, huh?
Yeah, man, let's knock them out. Get them put on. We'll start building them bag mounts.
Hell yeah.
It's going to take a lot of compressed air to lift this 3-ton truck up to 22 inches. So John and Tim are mocking up the air compression system.
John's designed a pretty cool little air setup here where the tanks are going to mount, and then the bars are going to hold the compressors. We have 2 5-gallon tanks, and we're going to put 4 compressors across it to fill the tanks. Then we'll run lines to the valves to the airbags. We're going to cut some flat bar to bolt the 2 air tanks together to keep the system compact. So we made these pieces of flat bar to keep everything symmetrical, to keep everything even. And it's also going to work as mounts for the valves. With the tanks mocked up, we're going to tack the DOM tubing on the sides to keep it symmetrical. Good. This will give us a layout for the 4 new air compressors. That looks good. Now at the DOM symmetrical, we'll evenly space out the compressors.
Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good job. The bars, the way they are, it all fans out, it's all symmetrical. Now what we can do is finish everything out here, and after this is powder coated, we can take this, flip it over, put these 4 bolts into it, and everything's a done unit.
Up on the air suspension on this truck, Heath has his hands full making the center console on this F-250.
This is our shape of our console. This is going to go up into the dash right here, have a subwoofer here, 2 more subwoofers going back down in that direction, and then we have plexiglass sides, lit all up, all white. It's going to be really cool. Let's get this nailed down, and then we'll router it out, and then we're going to make our other pieces that go on the inside. We're actually doing a process, it's called stacking, and what it is we're going to stack a bunch of these to get this shape. Made all my stack pieces, see, all the way up just to get this shape all the way around. So it gives a cool little design. Whenever you do this stack method, you waste a lot of material. We've got a bunch down there that's just scrapped out, but should be real strong. This box is definitely a one-off. There'll be some people trying to probably replicate it, but they're not going to be able to do the exact same thing we did here. That's as far as I can get on this console until Gerardo gets it all primed and painted out.
I have a plexiglass side, so that's going to be see-through. We're going to paint the inside of it pearl white to color match to the F-250. So we're going to go ahead and throw down the base, which is like an off-white, and then we're going to throw the pearl, and after that we throw in the clear coat.
Most of the way through the air suspension on Tom's lifted F-250. Because the truck is so high, the tube work that is normally hidden under the truck is going to be right at eye level. What I want to do with this is just have arching tube work all throughout, man.
Hell yeah.
Even the bag mounts have, rolled tubing, just looks like it's reaching up and grabbing that thing and just coming down and holding it to the rear end.
I got 2 hands holding that bag.
Hell yeah. We'll get a ton of pipe, start rolling and chopping it up.
We're going to bend, cut, and shape the tubing for the bottom support for the airbags. By the time we're done, we're probably going to use over 100 feet of tubing.
Such an angel, I need a big halo.
Everybody know you got the devil in you.
Hey. We have a good idea for the design that's drilled and tapped. We're going to weld the back piece to the frame. We're going to bend some more DOM to come down as a bag mounts. What that's going to do is make it structurally strong and just give it a cool look that everything's rolled and flows together.
Beautiful.
John, you a bad mofo.
I know.
Once John welds all this DOM piping in place, we're going to check these 4 links with the bag mounts. All right, we got our spacer out of the way. Let it down a little bit, John. This will articulate how the 4 links going to keep it all squared. As the bag raises, the rear end will go down like this. And then when you let the pressure out of the bag, this will show the rear end in full motion, articulating all the way through. And that's how this finished air suspension system is going to raise this truck up about 10 inches. Another thing to this build, we went really aggressive with the bars, the way everything's bent, so we couldn't do no standard shock. We got the 4.0 shocks, the piggyback tubes, everything's all in one unit. These shocks are made to go through the desert, through the Bajas, through the jumping. Any way he wants to drive, the suspension, the shocks, the bags, 100% he will have no problems. We're going to tear it apart and get it color matched. We'll break it all down, send it out to powder coat, then we'll reassemble it later.
With the supercharger installed on Lindsay's 2016 Escalade. I'm gonna have Charlie start working on the trim. And I wanna pull off all the chrome. I wanna paint it like an anodized look.
So we're doing all the trim black anodized.
Yeah, the factory trim with the wheels, the grill, every piece of the chrome.
All right, cool. I got you. Let's get to it.
Charlie's gonna start out by spraying these parts black, then he's gonna spray a chrome, then the last coat is gonna be a transparent black right over the top, gives it a transparent anodized look.
This is the black base for the mirror chrome. Get us some good coats on there before we start spraying the chrome on there. And then from there, then you do your candy concentrate in your clear, and then you just clear it until you get the desired color you're looking for.
I got everybody available working on this Escalade. We're trying to get the trim, the wheels, and that it's ready. Lindsay's definitely not the type of guy that waits for delivery, so I told him to come on, swing by the shop. And I can't wait to see this reaction. Whatever it might be, I can't wait to see it.
Man, my man Bill. Ooh, Bill. Now you only get one there. My dude. Woo.
Drop me. I guess you like it.
That's Mac Daddy nasty.
First things first, you see you coming down the road, you see the grill. We couldn't have you riding around with that stock grill in there. Everybody's got that, man. Little matte black mesh, man, with the little anodized insert. Man, it just really sets the whole tone of the whole thing.
It's like a whole different truck, man.
Man, it is. Just like the grill, we took off all the chrome to give it that anodized black look, man.
That changed the whole look.
It does. 26-inch billet wheels.
Yeah.
These are one-off wheels cut especially for you. There's nobody else that has these. No one.
Bill put the lens cut on it. And he anodized them to match the anodize.
Got a 4-inch drop on it, man.
Make it easy for me to get in. I appreciate that, dog. That's good looking out. Rain and love, baby.
You gotta check it out under the hood here.
I'm done with you, man. I'm done with you, Bill. Oh, man.
This thing hauls. Supercharger under the hood. It'll leave 2 black marks down the street. It's all intercooled, so it just sucks the cold air in.
Yeah.
Forces it right in the motor.
Extensive. They put their stamp on it, man. He really did an outstanding, spectacular job, man. I'm excited. We need to check it out. Well, let's do it.
Let's go.
Man, are you kidding me? What I'm talking about?
What do you think?
Are you kidding me right now? It didn't stop. Still rides really good. Like right now, I mean, from the grill to the wheels, and then top it off with the big power under the hood. I might just drive it, just drive for no reason. I won't have nowhere to go, but just start driving. I might drive in a circle. Yeah, just to drive it. Your guys are just priceless, man, and I'm super proud.
Every one of us bust our ass.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about.
Making a team, creating the goal, and making it to the goal, man. And that's what we do.
The lift is all built for Tom's F-250. Now I'm fabricating the bar for these marine speakers that are going to go in the bed. We're going to tack it together, bolt the whole thing into the truck bed to see how it looks.
What we're trying to do is put the speakers in the bed without making any more holes. So what we're done is using the bed bolts here to bolt this down. We mount them in the corner here, which is a factory lift hooks. And when this goes together, it's going to lock and make a really solid mount for these speakers to sit on.
We're going to remove the whole thing as one piece. Once it's welded up, we're sending this and all the suspension parts we made to get powder coated.
Check that out, man. We had 28-inch wheels custom made for Tom's F-250. We finished making the suspension lift. These are some of the last things needed for the build. Jewelry for the truck.
That is bad.
It is bad. 28 by 16 with the 42-inch tire. He's gonna freak out.
That massive polished wheel is going to bring it all together as a finished product.
Yeah.
Our tire machine. Hey, Lou and I are going to do the old-fashioned way. Here, we're going to put it on the ground, use some pry bars. Just really, really soak it real good, and it should slide right over. Now we're just going to take these pry bars, we're going to work our way around. Now we have the wheel over it. All we're going to do is put air in it, air it up. That's old-fashioned tire mounting 101. Done.
We're making custom door panels for Tom's truck. We're going to keep the top half factory. We're going to make new lower portions. Once I'm done, it's going to be seamless. You won't be able to tell where mine ends and theirs begins. You gotta be real careful not to glue your fingers to everything, because it happens. Now, we'll just continue that all the way around. Now that I've got the shape I want, I'm going to go ahead and glass it up to give it an extra strength. That's it. Then I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out and get it ready to wrap. Now that that's dry, I'm going to go ahead and spray on the contact cement. Ain't no stopping now. So it matches the top part of the door. Have our base of our panel wrapped. Now we're going to do our acrylic. Double piece of double stick on here. I'm going to start routing it out right now. We want to match the pearl white of the truck, so we're going to highlight the door panels with some white acrylic. Cut out our acrylic. You can kind of see how it's going to fit in here. Lines up with the speakers, and then it leaves us our gap for our lighting that's going to go around the side and light this puppy up. Look good.
We've broken down the lift and suspension on Tom's F-250. Now it's off to powder. You know, Tom's the type of guy that's not going to cut this truck any slack. That's why we chose powder over paint. It's a way more durable finish.
So we've been powder coating stuff for Extensive for a long time. We actually prep the parts by hang them up, magnetize the parts so that the actual powder will adhere to the actual metal. Holds up with rocks, it holds up with water, it holds up with salt. It's a lot more durable. Now everything's been powder coated. We're getting ready to put it back in the oven at about 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. Once the metal temperature reaches the 400, and then once that's done, we'll take them out, let them cool off, and hopefully Extensive will be happy with them.
We got the console for the F-250 back from paint. We got some cool lights installed. Now we're going to load up the subwoofer. Ready? All I got left now is I got to put the lights up top, do the wiring for the subwoofers. Then we're going to put the plexiglass on the side, finish this console out. In Texas, we love our guns. We got caulking guns. To go ahead and seal this up. All right, ready? Gotta be very careful because we can't move it. Got it? Here we go. There she is. Isn't that pretty? And you can see once we get this cut out of our white acrylic, it's gonna go in here and cover up all this nastiness. And then all you can see is the prettiness.
Yep. We have a new custom bumper for the F-250. Charlie's going to color match it pearl white.
This system here, you can actually go in and look up the colors by vehicle if you don't actually have the paint code. And then it tells you the grams of each toner that you're going to put in there. In this case, we're going to need 259 grams of this super white. It's just a little bit. And this one just takes a little touch. As you can see, there's a lot of different colors that go into something as simple as just white. That should be the perfect match that we need to get the color we need to put on these parts so we get them painted and we can get them back on the truck.
You know, in my life, I push everything to the limit. I strive every day to build something as small as a trike that we work on. After we design and build them, we got to test it out. You know, we work hard, we play hard, we're at our best when we do both. That's just another fun part of the business. I mean, we have a great time and totally blessed with what we do. It's cool to blow off some steam and just get out and do some donuts and crash into each other. You feel like you're 8 years old again on it. You know, this type of stress relief isn't for everybody, but it works really well for me. Then we dust ourselves off, get right back to work. All the parts and pieces for Tom's F-250 are back from chrome, powder, and paint. We're going to put them all back together right now. As a final custom touch, we're going to put a ton of LED lights up underneath this thing. After dark, this thing's going to look like it's coming from outer space.
I'm going to run 24 LED rock lights. It's going to be high, so everybody's going to be able to look underneath this. So we don't need no wires. So anybody looks right there, it doesn't look like any wires.
Oh, what we have right here is the factory Ford front fender well. The middle ones are actually going to be for the front wheel. You know, to cover the front wheel, the sides are going to be for all the custom pieces that they fabricated.
We really want to highlight all the chrome accents on the white, so it's just going to make it pop right off.
Tom brought in his brand new F-250 bone stock. He had to have something just stood out over the top. I definitely think we're going to meet his expectations. We built this truck for Tom as a billboard for his company and for play. So we're going to meet him at the off-road park. This is where all the trucks, side-by-sides, and four-wheelers in Houston come. This truck's going to stand above them all.
Come on, man.
Today is the day.
And it's a nice day, and we're at the mud park, man. Come on, man. I didn't build this just for show.
You wanted a huge lift, huge tires, big stereo.
I needed it to make a statement when I pulled up.
You want the flashiness. No doubt we fulfilled that for you.
Bill invited me out here to the Extreme Off-Road Park to see my truck for the first time. I'm expecting something crazy. It better not be too clean, too, because we're going to get him dirty.
Man, let's get Timmy and bring this thing in.
Oh, that was 28. Yeah. Come on, man.
28-inch wheels with a 42-inch tall tire.
Man, look at the lip on that thing, man.
Those are one of the first of these known.
You better buy stock and dish soap, so I'm going to keep them dishes clean. And fun bags. When he came up and hit them bags, I was definitely excited. Timmy, look at this thing. Wow, man, this thing,
like it?
I love it.
We start off building the whole suspension is 100% all handmade in the shop.
I see that.
Bill gave us a lot of free rein and to get crazy with the pipe roller on this.
Man, ain't nothing like this out there.
I mean, the 4-link, the little drop down, huge 4-inch triple bypass shocks.
I'm about to have a bypass right now.
New bumper, color match grill.
I'm getting a little emotional right now. This thing looks so good.
There's another special in the bed for you. You said you wanted something you can listen to hang out at a place like this?
I do.
We mounted 4 marine grade speakers in the bed. You can unbolt it out of the factory bolts right there, pull it out if you need to haul something big, and bolt it back in.
Man, I ain't gonna be pulling that thing out, man. That's gonna stay in there.
Show them the interior.
He did a good job on these doors.
Those factory?
Check out the back of this thing.
I can see all the way through that.
Yeah.
Speakers in there.
The subs are in the console. You see all the floating amps.
I know it looks good. Let me hear
Check it out.
Let me hear it.
Everybody's gonna hear him coming.
That hurt your ears or what?
Man, still ringing, still ringing.
That's many, 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 many hours
a hard labor.
I can tell.
Everybody in the shop, you pitched in that really pulls through for you.
I see something here that I'm going to have for a long time. I can't thank Bill and his team enough. Man, they do awesome work. Every one of them puts every bit of heart into this. I mean, it looks so good. I need to drive it, though.
Let's check this thing out, man.
Man, wipe your feet. Let's go.
I think he likes it, too.
Come on, man.
We're doing 58.
Is that for the 28 time?
That's for the 2-8.
Get in. I'm in the clouds.
Hell yeah.
Look around, man. It's all eyes on you.